Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm just kind of in an awkward place right now beside my bed here. I do have a large book haul for today. Most of these are like from Book Outlet. They had their $7.99 sale. I think it's $5.99 if you're in the States. Some of it's from Awesome Books, which is the online bookstore from the UK, where I can get some really good used books that I can't find here. And also, if you're familiar with Abigail and Mildred, my two Springer Spaniels, so they both had surgery last week, about a day apart. Abby had a benign cyst removed on her, sort of on her back, on the side, and Millie had a cancerous tumor removed. And they're both healing up well. Just a couple days ago, we did get the results from Millie's. They took the lymph node closest to the tumor, and unfortunately that was positive. So we have to see about getting a CT scan just to see if it's spread or not, and kind of go from there. So it wasn't the best news, but they're both feeling great and healing up well, so they get their stitches out in a couple days. So just before I get to the book haul, I was going to just show you some book accessories. Now, I was watching this one channel, and she's a booktuber, and I'm not going to say her name, but I was watching a couple of her videos, and she just came across very negative. And the one video she did was about sort of like book accessories, I guess you could call them, that were just totally useless and just a waste of money, and don't spend your money on this. And I just thought, oh, okay, like it was like bookends, don't buy bookends. Why are you buying bookmarks? Why are you buying a blanket with like a book theme? Like, just kind of almost yelling. And I was just so turned off. It was like, if you have a passion, why not indulge it? I love reading, and now I see some of these book accessories pop up, and it just makes me happy. Like, if it makes you happy and you can afford it, what's the matter with supporting? And I usually try to get some of these accessories from, Canadian owners and crafters and that, to support like a smaller business and that. But yeah, she was just so negative. Like, why do you need this? Why do you need that? It's ridiculous. And some of the comments were like, well, I did get this blanket from my best friend, and she personalized it with books that I love. They were on the blanket, and I'm just going to cherish that blanket for the rest of my life because my best friend gave it to me, and she knows my passion for books. So some of the comments were like, yeah, what a waste of money and that. And other comments were like, well, some of this stuff, if you like it, and you're passionate about, what's the big deal? Like, is it anyone's business? So I don't know. It's just right now we're just going, I think the whole world is just going through a very rough patch. I mean, humankind's always gone through rough patches. It never ends. But I mean, if you want a distraction, which I need desperately, and you love something and you're passionate about it, why not buy a few little trinkets here and there that make you happy? It's not a big deal. So I've been buying a few things off Etsy, and this is the one I bought from a Canadian. Try to remember to link it below, but it's off Etsy, and it says "Born to Read, Forced to Work," and I love it. I think it's just absolutely hilarious. It kind of sums things up. I mean, I'm retired from nursing, but I still do my husband's bookkeeping for his company. And there's some days it's like, I'd rather be reading. And reading is like a comfort blanket for me. It's like a big hug. It's a distraction from, a lot of things. It just helps take my mind off, even temporarily, some of my worries and stress. So yeah, I thought it was cute, and I'm supporting an independent company. Some other things, now, okay, this was off Amazon, but but these little bag books. I usually use these for traveling, and I know this one's waterproof. This one's not, just has a little flap on top. But you can just fit your books in here, and then I have some chapstick in this one pocket, and another pocket I have my little, if I want to mark a page or a quote or something. And I did have a pen in here, I don't know where it went, but I absolutely love mushrooms. Now this one is waterproof. I like to take this when I'm fishing with Frank on the boat so my books don't get wet. And it's got a zipper on the top, and like I said, it's waterproof. And in this pocket, I do have some more little markers in that. And yeah, easily distracted by books and dogs. So those two I got off Amazon. But they're practical. They are cute as buttons, but they're practical also. And Frank was having surgery a couple months ago, and I went to the hospital gift shop and while he was having surgery. And I just saw this little tote bag, so many books, so little time, which I can really relate to. And yeah, it's useful, it's practical, and it just sums me up. I just love that one. And bookmarks, now I make my own bookmarks. I've probably made about 50 of my own bookmarks. I do seasonal ones with quotes on it, that sort of thing. But I did see some Canadian companies on Etsy that were selling some of these bookmarks, and I just thought they were really cute, and I just want to support some Canadian owners. So these two are from the Just Inspired shop. I'll try to remember to put it below. But I do love reading seasonal books. So these ones both, now these ones are laminated, so you could have a choice of not getting lamination, but I did laminate these two with some tassels. So it's just a little bit extra, maybe 30 cents more or so. But yeah, I do like isolated winter novels. So these will be perfect for the winter time. And then I think this is, yeah, this is from the same company. Now I got the tassels, but not the lamination. But so it's just a bookshelf. And this one would be good for like magical, witchy kind of stories. It's got mushrooms and all these vials on it. And oh, also in the gift shop at the hospital, I love bunnies. I used to have a pet bunny who was litter trained and everything. But yeah, they had this cute little bunny rabbit on this one. And it's quite thick and heavy duty. And then this one, I'll have to maybe link it or put the description in it. Oops, I did have. But these ones are fairly heavy cardstock. So there's this one with the tassel, and it's the same design on both sides, but it has these beautiful bookshelves with the ivy coming down. And then for like cozy little mysteries or cozy cottagecore type books, got this beautiful one here. And then for anything that takes place near the ocean or on the ocean, I got this one with the octopus on it, or octopi, I guess. So I thought that was so beautiful. So yeah, you know, if you want to call buying like book accessories and like book t-shirts and bookmarks and everything like that a waste of money, or you don't need them, that's fine. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I love books, and I love finding things book themed, and I'm going to enjoy them, and I'm going to use them. So anyway, alrighty, so the first book that I got, which I'm very excited about, is My Friends by Frederick Bachman. And I absolutely love his Beartown series. I gave the first two books of the Beartown trilogy 5 stars. I do have to read the last book in the series. It takes place in the winter, so I might just wait till the winter. It's quite huge, so I think it's like 600 pages. But yeah, this one I was very excited. I do have other Frederick Bachman books like The Anxious People and A Man Called Ove. I still have to read. Oh, there's my Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. But I just absolutely love how he writes and how he has so much insight into the human mind and the way people think. And yeah, I think this one is like a couple of timelines. There was either a photo or a picture drawn about these three boys sitting at the end of a long pier, and then it goes the backstory about that particular summer that these three friends shared. I don't know all the details. I don't want to. It's a big summary, so. But Frederick Bachman can do no wrong in my eyes, and so happy, very excited to get hold of this. So I'm hoping to read that this summer. Another one that was very excited to receive. Now, this one's from Awesome Books, which is a UK bookstore that sells new and used books. And yeah, I ordered this one. It was a hardcover, and I thought, okay, it'd just be a simple hardcover, nothing fancy about it. But I guess this is like a special edition, so I was so excited when I opened up the package and I saw this one. So this is called The Burial Plot, and it's just got a very interesting cover. And inside the end pages, it is actually signed by the author. And it's got sprayed edges. Like, I was not expecting this special edition. Yeah, I couldn't find it on Amazon. It just cost a fortune, and then shipping on top of it. So yeah, I was so excited to get a used copy of this from Amazon. And it takes place in London in 1839, and these two, I think it's a man and a woman. Yeah, they're called tricksters. They survive on wicked schemes and ill-gotten coins, and then one night something happens and they have to flee. But yeah, it was such a beautiful, beautiful copy. Oh, and presently I just started Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I haven't read any of his books. I do have the Mistborn trilogy, but I just haven't started that yet. But just with everything going on, I just do like kind of cozy reads presently. And yeah, this just follows Tress, who lives on this island. She's never left the island, and then something happens to her father. He disappears, so she finally leaves the island in search of him. So I heard very good things about that. Some of the other books, I'll go through the ones with the kind of special edition sprayed edges. And yeah, if every book could have a sprayed edge, I don't know, there's just something about a sprayed edge I really like. And this one I believe I got off Amazon because they had a special on. And this is A Harvest of Hearts. No, I got this on Book Outlet. That's right. And yeah, they had one left, and man, I went to the checkout so fast. By Andrea Eames. And this is the sprayed edge. And this one, it sounds like a cozy mystery, but then I heard it gets quite dark. And it says, in the beloved tradition of Howl's moving castle, a whimsical and unforgettable story of fantastic adventure, common sense, and the power of love to overcome. But I heard that people going, it's not whimsical, it's kind of dark, actually. So in this small village, Foss lives in a small village, and these magic workers come along and they harvest human hearts to use in their spells. So I don't think they take the whole heart, they take part of the heart. Yeah, just, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it just sounded very, very interesting. And yeah, that cover is just gorgeous. And this is Rebecca Thorne. This is A Pirate's Life for Tea. and beautiful sprayed edge. And the cover. Now this is actually book 2. So it didn't have book 1 on Book Outlet, so I got book 2, and I'm trying to track down a reasonably priced book 1. And this is just like a cozy fantasy. I think there's 2 women who are a couple, and yeah, I know they open like a tea shop, bookshop, tea shop, and something happens. But anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of jumped the gun and got book 2 instead. And this is The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. And again with some beautiful end papers. And Never Trust a Dragon. So I'm trying to get a little bit more into fantasy. I know romantasy, as they call it, the combination of romance and fantasy, is just taking off. I'm just more interested in fantasy. If there's some romance, that's fine. But there's 3 kingdoms at war, and it's sort of like a, some people say it's like Mulan, based on that. But she does have to disguise herself. This girl has to disguise herself, and yeah, she discovers her husband to be as a violent, ill-tempered man, and anyway, she disguises herself as a boy and goes into the army. And then this is The Cat Who Saved Books by Sosuke Natsukawa, Japanese writer. I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but again, there's beautiful gold foiling, the sprayed edge, and this is about an awkward teenager is about to close the secondhand book he inherited from his beloved grandfather, and it's no easy task to shut it down. It's being a sanctuary from school and the world, and then a talking cat suddenly appears with an unusual request, and sort of goes from there. So heard good things about it, so it's a nice cozy little book. Alrighty. Oh, this is Night Watch. Got off Book Outlet by Jane Ann Phillips, and it says it's the winner of the Pulitzer Prize. So it takes place about 8 or 9 years after the American Civil War, and there's still a lot of trauma from because of the war, and there's still a lot of veterans and renegades and wanderers and runaways, etc., etc. So 12-year-old Cora Lee is on a journey with her mother Eliza, who hasn't spoken in more than a year, and they arrive at the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia. So I've seen a lot of paranormal shows. They do their ghost hunting in the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, and just their story while they're there. So yeah, that sounded just like very fascinating. And this is The Crescent Moon Tea Room by Stacy Savinsky. Again, sort of a cozy little book, which I'm kind of drawn to lately. And there's 3 girls, and their parents have passed away, and they have some magical spells. So they thread together the stories that rest in the swirls of ginger, cloves, and cardamom that lie at the bottom of their customers' cups. And their days are filled with talks of butterflies and good fortune, etc., etc. Very cozy. And then the Council of Witches comes calling with news that the someone has lost her powers, and the sisters suddenly find themselves being pulled in different directions and that. So cozy little book there. And these ones I did get off of Awesome Books. These are all used, and they're in fairly good shape, and very good reviews about these. And these are the Ian Hamilton Mysteries by Carol Lawrence, and I think the first one is Edinburgh Twilight, Edinburgh Dusk, and Edinburgh Midnight. Now, I don't can't remember how many books are in this series, but it does follow Ian Hamilton, who is a detective inspector in Edinburgh in the 1880s, I believe. And yeah, anything that takes place in Edinburgh, which is my favorite city that I have ever visited, I just love murder mysteries and historical novels that takes place in Edinburgh. So yeah, very excited to get my hands on those ones. And this is Curious Tides, which I got off Book Outlet. And no, it doesn't have sprayed edges, but that's okay. It's a beautiful cover. Now, I believe this Pascal Lassalle is yeah, she's French-Canadian author. And so Emery's a student at a prestigious college for lunar magics, and she has healing abilities, but they're kind of mediocre at best, until a treacherous night in the sea caves kills a group of her classmates and leaves her as the only survivor. Now, Emery is plagued by strange, impossible powers that no healer should possess. So that sounded very interesting, and I love the silver foiling. And this is The 13th Child by Aaron A. Craig. I don't know if I showed this before or not. I just kind of reorganized some of my books. But anyway, Aaron Craig, she has written those two books, Salt and Sorrow, and I can't remember the other one, which I haven't read yet, but I did read, what was her other book I read? Oh, Small Favors, which I really enjoyed. So Hazel is the 13th child, and she's been promised to one of the gods, so she spends her childhood waiting for her benefactor, Merrick, the god of death, to arrive and take her away. And when he does pick her up, she becomes a great and celebrated healer. So yeah, Hazel and death. So yeah, I did like her other books, so I'm looking forward to that one. And this is A Solitude of Wolverines by Alice Henderson. And I believe there's 3 books in the series, and this follows Alex Carter, and she is studying wolverines on a wildlife sanctuary in Montana. And of course there's some tension between her and the locals, and then she does take photos in that. In the one photo she discovers a photo of the severely injured man, seemingly lost and wandering in the wild. So she goes and tries to find him with the help of law enforcement and that. So gotten very good reviews. I think this would be great to read in the winter time. And Jasper Fforde, now I did, what was that first book that I read of his I just really liked? It was about Humpty Dumpty getting murdered, and oh, which one? What was it called now? I can't remember. But anyway, this is the second book in that series, The Fourth Bear. So I'm going to want to read that soon. But I decided to pick up some of his past books by Jasper Fforde. And I think this is the more popular of the series, The Air Affair. Now, I did get these off Awesome Books, and I knew they would be an older one because these are older books. And I didn't want to get the new copy, obviously, because it's more money. So some of these are, I mean, they're not in rough shape, but, you know, kind of pages have been a bit yellow in that, so, but no big deal. So I really do love his very intelligent type of humor. So this is the surreal version of Great Britain in 1985, when time travel is routine, cloning is a reality, and virtual police state where an ant can get lost in a poem. So yeah, I did get the first book, and I think the next one is Lost in a Good Book and The Well of Lost Plots. So it has to do a lot with books and I don't know, people disappearing in books or something. I don't know. I'm just going to go in blind and enjoy it. This is A Housekeeper's Secret by Iona Gray, and I do love Gothic tales. I just eat those up. So in the remote windswept moors of northern England, Caldwell Hall is the perfect place to hide. So for the past 5 years, Kate has maintained her professional mask, that she almost believes that she is the character that she has created, their respectable housekeeper. But she has many, many secrets in the past. And it's kind of like an upstairs, downstairs kind of tale. So there's a new footman, and then there's a new person living in the house, and all the things that go wrong. Now this one's also been popular, so I did get this off Amazon. It's Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. So yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful cover. Now I think this one has quite a few illustrations in it also. So it follows these two teenage boys at this boarding school. And it is like a gay romance, I believe. And so the one writes stories, and the other boy illustrates all these strange creatures, and at some point these strange creatures that he does illustrate come to life in that. But I've heard very good things about it. Alrighty. Oh, I had to get free shipping off Book Outlet, so I got this Brick of Dad Puns. Yeah, I'm going to take it up to the cottage and maybe leave it up there for other people to read. Okay. Yeah, it's sprayed edges on this, believe it or not. But yeah, it's just filled with a bunch of dad jokes and puns and that. So, yeah, like how much does a pirate pay for corn? A buccaneer? How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Tentacles. And anyway, oh, this is the last sprayed edge book. This is The Courting of Bristol Keats, and I did get this during the $7.99 sale off Book Outlet. It's by Mary E. Pearson. It's got a beautiful cover. Oh, I love that color of purple. And those are the sprayed edges there. And I think this one, oh, it's got a map. I love a good map. So this one is about the dangerous Faye. After losing both her parents, Bristol Keats and her sister struggle to stay afloat in their small, quiet town. And then she receives letters from an aunt she's never heard of who promises she can help. And yeah, so she journeys to the land of gods and monsters and etc., etc. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful cover. And this is We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clywer. So heard quite a bit about this. So there is this gay couple who are renovating this house, and they kind of want to flip it. And the one has to go out or go to work or something. So this other woman is kind of left to show people around the house that's up for sale. And people come to the door and say, listen, we used to live here. Can we just take a few minutes just want to show my wife and kids where I used to live, kind of thing. And she's kind of reluctant, and then she decides, okay, she'll let them in. And then it goes downhill from there. So I've heard some good things about this and some how it ends up. And yeah, quite intrigued. And this is The Leap Year Gene of Kit McKinley. So this takes place in 1916. So this woman, she's a war widow, and she has had an unusually long pregnancy, and she gives birth to a girl on Leap Day. And she seems to be very happy, healthy, intelligent, but she ages very slowly. She only grows 1 year older every 4 years. So yeah, for decades she and her family must stay on the move to protect her secret. From like Nazi scientists, doctors, pharmaceutical companies, etc. I thought that was very, very interesting. And then this is by Dave Nichols, You Are Here. I think maybe I showed this before. I'm getting some of these all mixed up while I'm organizing them. But yeah, look at that silver cover. It's so beautiful. So this follows two people, Michael, and he's kind of adrift because his wife has left him, and then there's Marnie, who's holed up in her apartment, and they both decide to go hiking across England, and then they meet up and what happens. But yeah, just beautiful cover. Oops. And this is The Third Wife of Faraday House. Now this is by B.R. Myers, who wrote A Dreadful Splendor, and I really enjoyed that book. I think I gave it like 4.5 stars. So yeah, this is two brides band together to unravel the secrets at the heart of a crumbling island manor in this delicious love story to Gothic fiction. So yeah, I love a good Gothic book. And these are the first and second book in the India Holton series. Okay, anyway. Lost my train of thought. This is about a couple of ornithologists who are like bird specialists back in, I thought this was in the 18th century. I could be wrong. But it's just like a cozy little mystery. It's sort of like Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies kind of idea, but these are ornithologists. And the second one is a geographer's map to romance. So I think this is on Book Outlet, and this was Awesome Books. And this is Eliza Mace. I think this is by two authors, Sarah Burton and Jem Poster. Oops, it's still too hot. I better hurry up, my camera's running out of battery too. Beautiful cover with the little ravens and that. So this takes place in the Welsh borders in 1870. So Eliza Mace is on the cusp of adulthood. Stuck in a crumbling manor on the fringe of a small town. She is... that doesn't make sense. But anyway, her father goes missing, and she has to join forces with the new police constable to help solve the case. And then this is Kate Grenville, A Room Made of Leaves. Oh, I just love these covers. They're so beautiful. And that's inside. And this I got off Book Outlet too. These two books I got off, not Book Outlet, Awesome Books. So at 1788, 21-year-old Elizabeth is hungry for life. As the daughter of a clergyman. She doesn't have a lot of prospects, but then this soldier promises her the world, and she ends up marrying him, but it's a mistake because he's very tormented and very angry person. So he ends up taking her to the South Wales penal colony in Australia. She has no choice to go, so she sails for 6 months while she's pregnant to go to Australia with her husband, and just what happens during the voyage and when she gets there. So so I'm almost done here. This is by Wiley Cash. I haven't read any of his books. This is Last Ballad, and this has gotten like 4.6 average ratings on Goodreads. So people really like his writing style. And I believe this takes place in 1929. So this woman works 12-hour shifts at a mill. Ooh, tiny writing. Her husband's run off again. She's got 4 children to bring up. She wants to get more money. I think it's the start of like unions and that sort of thing for better wages and that, because she's now a single mother trying to raise 4 kids and that. And this is just beautiful Crow Talk. So this follows 2 different women, Frankie and Anne, and they have nothing in common. They're both struggling in their own ways for various reasons, and they meet at this community of summer homes on the shores of June Lake. And it's the off season, and they get to know each other. And I think there's When Frankie finds an injured baby crow in the forest, little does she realize that the charming bird will bring all three lost souls together again. So, yeah, that's just really beautiful, beautiful cover. Just a couple more here. This is Shy Creatures by Claire Chambers. And yeah, this cover looked quite interesting. So this takes place in 1960s England when an art teacher at a psychiatric hospital finds her life upside down by the arrival of a patient. So yeah, that really sounds very, very interesting. And this is The House Fever. Beautiful gold foiling. This takes place in 1935 at a luxurious sanatorium for the elite, dedicated to the groundbreaking treatment of TB. And Agnes is the doctor's new wife, and it's no ordinary hospital. High society rubs shoulders with artists, poets, and musicians. No expenses spared on the comfort. And then there's whisperings about past patients and even a cure, etc. So just sounds very, very interesting. I just love historical novels. And the last one is The Floating Theater by Martha Conway. Again, these covers are just stunning. So this takes place in April of 1838. So this young seamstress is left alone and penniless on the shore of the Ohio River, and she finds work as a seamstress on the floating theater. So she makes the costumes and that for the actors and that. But along the way, they're on the border, or their ship is on the border of the Confederate and Northern states, and at some point she does help the slaves escape and that sort of thing. So yeah, I do love my history novels. So that's it. So that's it. There's a few more to show, but anyway, this camera, I only got 3% battery left. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Kind of long-winded here. But yeah, really looking forward to these books. Man, I just wish I could read a book a day. But anyway, can't read that fast. It doesn't sink in. So yeah, very, very excited about all these books. So yeah, I hope you've been having a great reading month, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.